last stage. Ever since that game, I've been a believer.
Yeah, you know, and a game like that will do that to a person. You know, as soon as you see a team that you know is a world-beating, world-class team, and they have a little bit of a scrappy one, all of a sudden 9Z are the next world beaters, right? But it just doesn't always work like that. I think one thing that I like watching about these two teams, and teams that are generally finish a little bit lower down the leaderboard in particular, is that there's sometimes very obvious improvement that can be seen map to map, stage to stage. Whereas at the top level, the improvement it's so minor that often in the heat of it you miss it, and you only see half of it, and you got to rewatch the VOD like 3 times to truly pick it all up. But often when you see two teams like this, you can see that market improvement. And that's what we're here for. We're here for these teams to get better and better, and I believe that 9Z, especially from where they've come from, will continue to grow inside of the SAL. Today, they're going to be going up against Loss, another team that has a little bit of growing to do, let's say. And we're going to be on Cafe. We saw a lot of Cafe in NAL the other night, and I feel like, you know, we're bringing that up quite a bit, but it was... I think we got it twice, didn't we? We've had a variety today. If we could keep on new ground for every map today, that would make me a very happy chappy.
Yeah, I'm not mad at a Cafe play. 3rd game of the day. Is it my favorite map? No, but for variety, I'm chill with it. It's not Skyscraper. That's a win in my book. A day where I don't have to watch Skyscraper. Beauty, love it. Can't get enough of it. I mean, obviously I work the game. I like all the maps to some extent, but. Definitely,
I think you're contractually obliged to say that, though.
I am. Yeah, it's like I think it's like clause 9, subsection C. Can't say anything bad about the maps. I mean, there are things I like about Skyscraper, but we all have our favorites. That one's not mine. Cafe, on the other hand,
the last round. You know what I like most about Skyscraper? The last round.
You know what I love about Skyscraper? The end screen. One thing that probably a little bit of polarizing opinion on Cafe will be the reintroduction of Jaeger and Wamai into the mix. No shield, actually. No Pixel shield being brought on this cocktail defense. Instead, it's Arthur just playing behind Pixel. There, I imagine the primary utility of Farius and Arthur will both be present inside of this position. And it'll require some attention paid to it if the attack wants to go for anything on the Cigar side.
Blitzen and Ying removed. And interesting, after the chatter from Jesse, the Azami is available. It isn't being played, though. They're not choosing to hold Cigar that far up. Instead, leaning into this Pixel spot. But again, maybe not bringing the best tools for the job. As you mentioned, no deployable shield. They do have some ADSs, so they will be able to keep themselves safe. And if they've got a mirror window placed in bathroom looking toward that as well, it could make the job a little bit easier. But nothing will stop the human drone of Monty. And Kurtz, whether he knows it or not, is frantically getting yellow pinged at the moment. Now, he's waiting for his time to strike. He's got some smoke canisters he can use to try and buy a little bit of time, but there's not a great deal that he can do about the pressure that is going to come from above. Great C4 from Dark from below. That's going to take out that Monty, and honestly, remove the spearhead of the push here from 9Z. I expect things to slow down quite considerably from this point onwards.
Well, slow down considerably, but things have already been pretty damn slow, all things considered. First pick for Joe only comes at 55 seconds left, and they've lost the Monty and the Dokkaebi. Pushing beyond Cigar, where they've been for almost the entire round at this point. Doesn't seem like a possibility unless we see Legacy take this fight and lose it. Maybe somebody push up a little bit more than they need to. They've got these reinforcements, they got these mirror windows, there's no need. So instead it's on 9Z to try and create some of these opportunities. Takes a DMR shot to the arm. We'll definitely be a little worried about pushing forward. There's the Jaeger though, yet Dark Eyes, who's been playing so well so far throughout round 1, will get his 3rd of the game so far. Vicente, by the way, just putting this diffuser down a little quietly, and unfortunately it's all left up on Joe. And a 1v3 to watch this diffuser from the skylight. What is normally an unbeatable position if the attack holds it, I have a feeling is not going to be that difficult to deal with 3 players on the board, and no sight for Joe's gun to see. Ace for Dark Eyes out the gate, by the way, and a clean little counter diffuse for Los to get there first.
Quite surprising to see that post-plant loss, but given the context of things, 3 bodies, toxic babe canisters,
He's not
all the
that.
guns pointed in your direction, he's not winning that, unfortunately. Now, had he had another person up there on the roof, potentially, and he needs to throw in, you've got a chance. But a Capitao with no kit, and only the para, isn't going to be enough, unfortunately. And let's be honest, Dark Eyes deserved it. 5 kills, ace to start things off for loss here. And it truly was the loss of the Monty that really just stymied everything. I was surprised that 9Z were even able to get in and get the plant down. There was obviously a lot of confusion going on from the side of loss, and they were very confident in that ability to be able to retake, because typically when that plant goes down, there's not a great deal that you can do about it. But I think too many players from 9Z had to commit to that top floor and weren't able to watch it from above. As such, they're going to be forced into second choice site here. Downstairs in kitchen. Still going to be rocking that Wamai as they were in round 1, but no Jaeger this time. Instead, a little bit of thought paid towards some denial. A bit of two-brow action going on. It's going to be Smoke playing inside of Christmas. Again, no deployable shield for the Smoke to play off inside of Christmas. Now, it didn't do him any harm previously, but there's only going to be so many times that you're going to get away from that, and it makes that position a lot easier to deal with. And I would expect 9Z to be capable of that.
Dark Eyes thinking about getting in the fray a little early. At least there's some shots fired through that red window. Instead, it's seeming like it's going to be Bakery pretty quick. Smoke grenade cocked. Not necessarily going to push in deep off the back of this, but the Glass can watch anybody pushing up prep through that smoke canister. Tuku with the first. Unfortunately, that two-brow is in the first engagement, but on the losing end of it. Very quick trade as Bakery control remains in the hands of Los. They're bloodied, but they are persevering. Kurt's the last man standing inside of prep. Might be able to get back if he plays his cards right and his feet land in the right spot. But those holes being open will make it difficult. Joe backs out, or at least tries to. On the reattempt, he's able to get his legs up over the double window. That initial skirmish doesn't leave anybody clearly ahead as we reach the halfway point, but both teams have time to reset.
I think on the balance of things, you'd maybe say that Lost are ahead. The diffuser's cold. They've still got a Toxic Babe canister. There's probably a Vulcan pack kicking around somewhere. And the health on the side of 9Z is a little bit chipped down, but all of that can flip in an instant, depending on a couple of gunfights. Tuku's got a really difficult job right now, challenging onto the bar. Smoke playing still inside of Christmas as well, so does have to be cautious of that. And Lost are doing a brilliant job of just further whittling down the clock. Oh, there's a Banshee at the bottom of the stairs as well. Some unfortunate timing. A couple of damage points landed there, but Tuku forced to back out.
Back out on 1 HP. As he re-enters for the 5th time, Furious is finally able to emerge the victor from that engagement. So the backside of the site's completely dealt with. Joe, who's been trying to aid this prep push from Kochek, instead Vicente, who gets the job done. 3-1 so far. Tuku holding an important line, but Arthur can easily swing around and maybe cut down the Ashe as she moves in through prep. Focus on Kochek instead. DMRs always take you down quicker than you expect. And so that Malusi has to be careful, finds her way into a crossfire. 417 and R4C making good work with this SMG-11. We'll only get the second to last kill. It's Vicente on for 4. Nothing like Dark Eyes is 5, but we won't split hairs if it gets the job done.
Solo performances so far, isn't it? 5 kills for Dark Eyes, 4 kills for Vicente. Really is coming down to individuals at the moment between these two. Again, a really back and forth game, and, you know, difficult, as you mentioned, at the halfway point to sort of pin down as to who it favors. And I thought Lost had done pretty much enough, to be honest with you. They weren't overreacting. They were still playing the positions. They knew exactly where these attackers were coming in from. But again, you can't account for someone just hitting a couple of nice shots like that.
Happens.
It certainly does. It seems to happen more often than not as well. At least tonight. I think on multiple occasions already where we've had big individuals. There was a lot of that over on Bank, really.
Oh, yeah.
JV92 had a good couple of rounds.
Herds had a good couple rounds.
Yeah.
10 seconds to go.
I'm not sure there's much to say about map 1. Or game 1, should I say? But
There was a lot to be said during map 1 about
there was a
map
lot of time
1.
to fill.
During map 1, a lot to say. About it, less so. A lot more content about the Rocky the orangutan than...
Oh, the name's Rocky, is it?
Yeah, the orangutan's name is Rocky.
Oh, wow.
He's apparently the smartest. Allegedly. I've never met him. Couldn't do my law school briefs, I'll tell you that much. Anyway, speaking of briefs, this round seems to be going a little quickly. Double shield moving in and one shield out. Make that... No, not two! Nitro slips into Pillar on low HP, but still alive, and that might be the difference maker. If 9Z able to stabilize, especially as Vicente moves on for 6, they still have one shield who might be able to cause and create enough space and cause enough chaos to make Los uncomfortable. One player all the way back in hell, trapped by this upside-down rappel from Joe, willing to 417 again. Another very awkward moment in this round, as it seems like everybody's ready to hit the site, and indeed they were. And now we wait. Just a little bit longer.
It's like all the pace of a sprinter out of the gate, and then just nothing. Tuku punishes Kurtz. Nigel's doing a really good job of soaking up a lot of attention here, but there's nobody to save him against Arthur as he beats him down and finds the headshot. 2 versus 2 now. Whatever happened in the opening 30 seconds is now very much null and void. The only thing that remains is the position of that diffuser, and it could come back to bite 9Z quite significantly. Arthur going to be picking up that pillar's position. He's got the option to rotate in between. Got Vicente just hanging around there at the bottom of red. An alternate approach, but what a shot from Arthur as he takes Tuku down. An attempt at a pre-fire from that dining rappel. And there's a bit of information for these 9Z players now to work with.
Just double crouch walk up Pillar, one around the corner. Arthur's not losing fights in round 3, that much is certain. It is a big game of individuals so far. Dark Eyes in the first, Vicente in the second, and now it's Arthur. No shield required to get the 3 so far. Just a gun that spits fire. Maybe a 4th kill in the cards, depending on how aggressive he wants to get. It's Legacy and Furious doing the tango with Finca at the moment, and Arthur still holding on to reading, might wrap around into Pillar, but instead, he will only get 3. We have a descending kill count at the moment. Pentakill in round 1, Quadra in 2, now just a triple in 3. It's about to get real boring from here.
Did take the Finca until there was 10 seconds left to realize that they were actually playing Finca and had adrenal surges. That might have been really nice at some point during that whole round for some of his team. But we'll overlook it.
You know, I said that I saw a lot of good coordination from 9Z last stage, and that was true. Not seeing it as much this game. That's the end of that thought.
Well, it's early days.
No, exactly. I would say not seeing as much this game. Not saying we won't see it.
Yeah.
Saying
No,
I'm not
I
seeing
agree.
it that much
I
this
agree.
game. I mean,
I would like to see some more of it.
especially when you look at that bakery round. A lot of it felt just kind of clawing it back based off whatever gunfights they managed to find. And to their credit, they specifically Vicente were winning them. But it felt a bit more like the outcome was not necessarily in their control, even in the one they won so far. It felt like a bit more of a close game, not
That's a fair
necessarily because they're
assessment.
doing anything crazy. It just felt that 9Z and I would say rounds 1 and 3 have tried to like play behind the shield, move in and get control, then they like get stopped or stopped halfway through in the case of the last round. Actually, no, I would say that that's an accurate statement for all 3 rounds, because they try to do the shield push through bakery as well. They try to do shield pushes each time. They've all been interrupted halfway through.
I've got a feeling that the shield is going to get interrupted again here in round 4. Look at the lineup that Lost are bringing. They are bringing 3 C4s. And I don't think that any of them have got any intention on playing on the site. Now, Dark Eyes are just going to send it straight out of White Window, which is quite an interesting decision.
Nothing but
given
net,
that there's a Valkyrie and a lot of... Yeah, well, I mean, he switched it, but there is a lot of information available right now for Lost. And I would be expecting those C4s to land, especially if you're going to commit to a little bit more of an off-site play. Again, they've not got the Azami to play inside of Cigar. They do have the Jaeger for the ADSs, but that isn't going to stop a bullet. It's not like you've got a shield over there. The only shield in this game is going to be dropping Red Hatch right now as Will tries to take up. Now, he did die from a C4 last time, so you would expect 9Z to be more aware of it. A couple of players out on the rappel and a chance here. Even with the Roni. Takes a full clip. Furious gets the job done there, taking out Joe on the entry. Removing Grim from play here and just giving something for 9Z to think about. Now they know there's at least one player off-site.
You know, just one thing I want to point out real quick as we reach like a little bit of a calm point. To talk about how Los are fine dealing with the shield, Willis played Monty every time, and the op Los decided to ban was one that Joe played in round 1, and they've literally never played again. They are so not worried about this Monty. Completely
really
unbothered by it. Now maybe, will they regret it? It's possible, as the Monty has made it much farther this iteration of Cocktail than he did before. No C4 detonating him from beneath inside a train. Instead, we have a Valkyrie camera tracking the entirety of the attack's push inside of Christmas. Callie and Monty spotted. They'll call this white push. Beautiful C4. No Monty taken down. Just a little pre-place. Takes down his backup. Vicente really the only one from 9Z having a performance of any kind. A lot of weight falling on the new pickup's shoulders, especially as his teammate Will might have to bring the gun out, but you certainly don't want that to be the case. Nice little track onto Kurtz. Still, by and large, Los' structure solid. The Monty makes it all the way down, but Will somehow finds the opening. And both of these defenders are trapped in freezer. They've spotted one, and do they know the second is in here? Do they? What? What? No. Now Vicente's in a 1v2. He could find them both. Super shorty in hand. One pump? No. Okay, that was bizarre. We're just gonna hand that off.
It reminds me when you used to play hostage and you'd bring a castle and you'd castle all of that area. And then someone would walk up and fuse it or something. I've never seen a round be won by 2 players just chilling it out in the freezer at the end. Especially when there's a Monty, by the way. Like, they didn't need to push it. They could have just gone and planted or done something.
Why did he
crouch? Throw some track stingers out there. Like, I don't get it. It was so telegraphed how, obviously for us, because we can see everything, and 9Z didn't have this same level of information, but they should have had a small idea that if in round 1, your Monty dies from a C4 and you lose the round, then maybe, just maybe, they're going to try and do that again because it worked. And Lost did. They doubled down. They brought 3 C4s. They had so many that Dark Eyes could just send one into the abyss. They had information for days. The pre-place, by the way, was beautiful. We got the brilliant image of the Kali walking up through Cigar. The boom call comes through. Bang. Furious gets his kill. And then about 2 seconds later gets taken out, by the way. Like, the timing on that was just... It was special. If that kill comes through a couple of seconds earlier, then maybe the Kali survive. Well, the Kali does survive at least the C4 because it wouldn't have been able to be detonated and maybe can move through and make something happen. But 9Z just really feel on the back foot right now. And everything that they're being allowed to do, Loss is allowing them that space. They are allowing them that room to work with. Yeah, they'll deal with a Monty every day of the week if they can remove Capital, Ying, and a Blitz.
Capital Ying and Blitz. Monty 5th time. What are we thinking?
I wonder.
You know, maybe an IQ would be nice. Unless they don't even know the Valkyrie exists, to be fair. Maybe they don't even know after last round. That's entirely possible.
Was the Valkyrie the prone player inside of the freezer? Or did the Valkyrie die? I can't remember.
I think the Valkyrie died.
They must know then.
Well,
They'll know just by the gun sound. Like, I don't think you can give them that.
you don't think I can give him that?
No, I'm gonna pull rank on that.
Elder privilege. He is ratting though. Look at how heavily. I don't think they droned it behind the bar there. They spotted the Mozzie, but I don't think they know Legacy's crouched behind. Well, I think what, it's C2? I don't know. Just throw that C4 over. All right. I don't even know what's going on. No, they got no ideas there.
Definitely a bit of a strange game, isn't it? Pace and all things included. Legacy?
Now
is known. But he's got a little bit of support here. Oh.
Oh.
No one can support him through that.
I'd be careful. Oh, the hatch isn't open. Oh, he's stuck. Oh, that's not good. It's a tricky spot for him. Oh my god, okay. That was just a nice shot. You got to give Dark Eyes credit for that one. Will tries to catch him on the fall off. Instead, it's Joe down below. Extremely chaotic early game that somehow just comes down to a 3v3.
We looked at this similar position last time and said we don't know who it favors. I was wagering that it favored loss last time when it was 3 versus 3 at about this point. With the Monty, it's difficult to call it, but you've still got 3 toxic babe canisters, and there's not really been any progress made in onto site at all. That Vulcan pack is going to slow things down, smoke or not. You're not going to be able to pass through that.
Here, stomping. Moving over, Farius making the decision to play his life. There's no chance he's rotating back, so he'll try to hold on as long as he can, then buy Kurtz enough time to completely what? He's flanked? Nah, that's crazy. He smokes the Monty off the window and completely retakes. Vicente actually makes a good call. Sees the smoke backside and completely floods in through the front. But again, there's just so little time and so little information. That's a good reaction, but the round's already been put into a tricky spot, and a lot had to go 9Z's way for them to have any sort of chance. Won't lose it off time. Will, unfortunately, loses his life. Los move up 4-1.
There was a flank cam on Kurtz, by the way.
Well, unfortunately for you, Ollie, losers watch flanks. Winners get flanked.
Yeah, that was a drone in pillar, and Kurtz is still allowed to get away with it. Criminal behavior. 4 rounds to 1. 9Z falling flat right now.
Hold on. Can we just point out, there's 20 seconds left. Farius is holding on to VIP. Kurtz has 3 smokes. They each last 10 seconds. That is 30 seconds of time wasting he has. That is 10 seconds more than the amount of time remaining in the game, and he decides to flank pillar.
It's not necessarily a good decision, but a bad decision made for the right reasons can still be a good decision.
What? What are you talking about?
You don't like that?
Your Honor, by these people witnessing the crime, did they create the crime? I ask you this.
I'm not even too sure what 9Z do from here. Like,
I don't either. I really appreciate their faith in the Monty, I guess. Hey, it's a good game from Vicente.
but he's had 4 impactful kills.
That's 50%.
In 1 round. Yeah, like, it's good for him.
He's got 100% cost right now. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, we've got Nitro on nothing. Tuku,
Well, Nitro's on
Joe,
go.
and Will on nothing. Like, 6 kills between them. A kill around between them.
Well, this round hasn't happened yet, so it would technically be 6 kills in 5 rounds, which would be about 1.1 something.
Okay, over under them getting a kill this round.
1.2.
As a collective.
Okay. Nice job using over-under, by the way, picking up that NA terminology. Minute and a half is gone, by the way. Just another another Monty full clear of the top floor. As 9Z have been really, really, really trying to make fetch work with this Monty strategy. They've almost made it all the way across to Cocktail, but it's taken over half the round. And for this reading room defense, if you want to take a look down at your screen, there's an extremely limited soft destruction. I think we have maybe a super shorty.
They're not good, though.
No, they're not good.
Not when you talk about making the amount of vert that you would like to make for this sort of an attack.
Dude,
I'm kind of surprised that Lost haven't doubled down a little bit more on the C4s. They've only got 1 in the hands of Dark Eyes, and I think he's already sent it. I don't think it's pre-placed. So this top floor control can be given away, and I mean, there's 40 seconds left. There's borderline nothing you're going to be able to get done with a super shorty at this sort of time. Like, okay, 3 shots, then you've got to reload. There's not even that much that the defenders have made already. You've got a bailiff to try and make something happen with. 30 seconds and all 10 players alive, though. This is when the utility can start coming out. The Toxic Babes have been used. A Dokkaebi call, trying to gather a last bit of information, but I doubt it'll be enough.
I doubt it will too, but unfortunately Legacy decides to swing, gets blinded by the flashbang. Nitro with a very late backstab up white, except, well, the Monty decides to go ahead of the backstab. They both die, and then Tuku falls, and then Joe falls, and Los move up 5-1. That might be the first round of Rainbow Six where nothing happened.
Not a lot happened until the end. That is for sure. 9Z are going to be breathing a huge sigh of relief right now that they are off that attacking side. It was spoken about on the desk how they're a team that do often struggle on that attack. They've definitely struggled today. Lost with a very handsome 4-round buffer right now. It's all downhill from here. They've done the hard work. Now they've just got to tap it into the back of the net. They've got that buffer. Mira and a Monty. Maybe we do see the Azami ban come out, or the castle. Oh, no, it's going to be the Echo ban. Nancy going to have a lot of tools to play with. Capital coming in as well. I don't really think anything's going to sort of slow Lost down at the moment. We spoke about these two teams being fairly equally matched. I think today there's been a huge gulf in the quality between both teams, and Lost have been by far and away the better side. I'm still yet to see like a really convincing bit of teamwork from the side of 9Z at the moment.
I mean, if it's going to come on a side, it makes sense to be on the defense. It's always a little bit easier to put together a plan or even a reaction on the defense than it is the attacking side, just because you can hear where they're coming in from. The attack is usually giving away a lot of information at the beginning, just by the nature of them deciding where to entry. You always start out a little bit ahead intrinsically. Hiding the Tubarao as well, by the way, as you can see. Nitro sitting inside of the freezer. Love a visual pun like that. I don't think they really have any substantial tools to deal with it. No, they don't. They have some nades. This Tubarao could maybe mess up Los, but they don't really have any hard breaching either.
Just looking back at 9Z's last play of this map, it was against Liquid. And they're actually better on the attack there than they have been today. They were good for 3 attacks. Sorry, 2 attacks.
That's what obviously 9Z had a good showing against Loud yesterday, but definitely last stage where it was much more well put together than we've seen them today. I don't know if it's just, that's not even bad maps. You just said they put 3 attacks together. I don't know if it's just like the Monty just like not working out. I don't know. New side at least. And Los have certainly had their woes. Arthur not even bringing the shield, actually. Double flank watch instead. Nomad and Gridlock.
I think it's potentially the way to go. You're not expecting 9Z to be super well disciplined. So there should be gaps and opportunities.
Like
I love this play from Will, though. Yeah, I mean...
Oh. All right.
I feel like he just should have stayed a little bit longer. He got cold feet. Maybe the track stingers were going to give him way eventually.
Yeah. And if you are going to run this setup, sure, there's no castle, but this is kind of the normal position for the shotgun to play, so I don't really fault him that much for falling back to it. Half the round was gone, too. You got the Azami still holding deep into Christmas. We've done a lot of clowning on 9Z today, but really no problems posed by Los against this setup so far. They've got all the right positions. Will, unfortunately, loses a lot of HP inside of the shop. I was about to say Dark Eye's probably going to try to just turn the... Now, how's that happen?
Good refrag.
Good refrag, but you knew he was there. Your teammate just put him to 1 HP. All right, Arthur's just face-checking Pixel. Oh, this is not going to be a good half, is it?
I think there was maybe an assumption that he dropped. And they were trying to sort of take a little bit of advantage of him dropping and retaking the space.
You know what they say about assuming?
Oh yeah.
Don't do it. Nice
Never
shot by
ends well.
Fergus. Never ends well. Case in point. Legacy on low HP, stuck on the rappel. Furious, the only one in the building. Him, Dark Eyes, and Arthur all putting up some pretty decent numbers, and he has some information to work off of. Spotted one player over on white stairs, so he'll push up. Try to power that angle. Just barely slips by. Legacy repelling in. But unfortunately, Zofia un-ADS. Legacy picks it up. But so much time has been spent losing that extra body, unfortunately, kind of seals the deal for low. So we hit 0-0. Joe and Nitro can converge on this position. And that's that. 9Z win their first round since, I believe, round 2. Breaking Los' 4-round streak.
As well as Los did on the defense, that attack was not one to write home about. It was painfully slow, wasn't it? Is it in part due to the bans? Is it in part due to Cafe just being a difficult map to attack onto? Not entirely sure, but there was a real lack of information. There was a bit of a hesitance to properly get going. A great trade, and I will say that and stress that point, because that level of teamwork was nice. But was there a bit of confusion in whether the player was still in the box or not? It was almost like Schrodinger's box at that point, wasn't it? Fortunately for Lost, they don't have to attack the top floor again for a while. Instead, it is going to be reading, which should give them a bit more opportunity to take that top floor because it won't be being held as hard as it would be if you were defending the site up there, and should give them a bit of opportunity and room to work in. 9Z, comeback starts with a single round, and that is what they got in round 7. We can start to chain a few together here and keep Loss off that 6th round for as long as possible. There's a chance that they're able to claw this one back here. They've certainly got some nice tools to do it right now. Got some brilliant early warning systems. They've got the beepers, got some Valkyrie cameras, a couple of FNATs as well, but Vicente, you might be having a good game, but you can't just throw it away like that.
That's crazy from Kurtz. Full magged up into a wall.
I've never been that mad.
5-5, up 5-2, and he's like really excited about that, stopping that run out. You don't have infinite ammo. That was a lot. He took 80 shots into that wall. I'm sorry. That one got me for some reason. Candela's going out, so it seems like might be a quick play. Not necessarily going now. Ferris got the shotgun position bottom white. They've destroyed the barbed wire. That will telegraph things a bit. Joe already the M5 in case anybody pushes up. You know, Tuku's on Cocktail. The information is coming together. They've kind of got the idea. There's a core hold. Then somebody pushed up top. Somebody pushed down to the bottom. And just around the window, oh my god, Will whiffs the entire mag as they don't drone next to the window. And Will misses every shot. And then Joe, going for the flank up white, ties to
trade? That's an insane shot from Tuku.
And they trade on the white window.
What a round.
No. Oh god, I'm crying.
Okay. Loss have completed half of the challenge set before him here tonight. They need to complete the other half. One more round is all it will take.
They didn't drone next to mining window, and he missed every
Attackers
shot
need
on
to
the
locate and
blitz.
defuse bombs.
I just can't.
Oh god. Oh, that tickled me. That was good. That was good. That's good stuff.
Attackers have located a bomb.
I need to take deep breaths. Hold on.
Securing the floor. Camera feed up and running.
Lots of guaranteed points out of the fixture at least.
True, at least one. At least one
one.
point. But there's a chance though, Ollie. There is a chance.
I mean,
They
we've seen some
might
weird
only get
siege.
one. They might only get one.
We've seen some weird siege in this game, but I don't think it's going to get that weird.
You really don't think a 4-round defense comeback to push us to OT is possible in this game, in this matchup,
In this economy?
in this economy? Dude, attacking, listen, recession indicator, attacking rounds not very hard to come by. We got attacker repick and people still struggling to take top floor.
I mean, it should be okay. I don't think the Lost have got maybe like the best tools for the job, but they've got the sledge. They can make that work. There's only one C4 that they've got to try and dance around. I mean, Vicente with Valkyrie and impacts.
Oh my, what?
Maybe a little bit questionable.
What? Why does he have impacts?
I don't know. I looked at the top and saw one C4 and was like, oh yeah, it'd be Valkyrie. And then I looked down and I was like, oh no, it's Warden.
What are we impacting?
Or nothing, yeah, he's still got two.
Okay. That was a question for the future, just to be clear.
Oh, I think we're going to find the answer.
I will say,
and I think it's nothing.
I do appreciate the quick reaction by Dark Eyes. Does bring the IQ out. We'll spot those black eye cameras inside of Christmas, so that is genuinely very good. Especially once we see Los ideally start putting pressure on that top floor, which you can see. Somebody already inside a cigar. In a very good spot to find these bits and pieces of information. That was a very loud window opening. Joe probably as scared as I was by that. The Dokkaebi call will make even more noise. The ex-Kairos joining in. Nobody from Los seeming to push off this, though, Ollie. Might be a little bit of a half clear.
Yeah, they're just probing for a reaction right now. Joe's got a really nice line of sight here. Bit of an off angle. Stood up on the desk with some good line of sight. Lion scan.
Oh!
We'll find the kill onto Dark Eyes. I said it was an off angle. I said people rarely check it. He gets away with this. It could be brilliant, but no, will be taken out. Willis is there for the trade, though.
Does make it work. Arthur now trying to 1v1. Flashbang to make it a little bit better. Would like to see somebody around for the trade. And literally, saved by the bell, Farius gets into position. But only prevents what would be, at this point, a complete demolishing of Los inside of this round. 9Z maintain their 3v2 advantage. Legacy drops down. 9Z have a winner right here. Just put it in the net. Don't look the gift horse in the mouth. Just hold behind your Kiba barricade. Unfortunately, Tuku falls on the soft wall. Nitro will creep up. He loses the fight too. It's just Vicente, and he doesn't even have any impacts to open up a new angle. 2v3. Dokkaebi gets all of them in Los. Shut the book on a very interesting game of Rainbow Six.